the Santa Fe District Attorney plans to charge actor Alec Baldwin and armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed with involuntary manslaughter for the death of Halyna Hutchins on the Rust movie set.
We have team coverage on this breaking news today. We start with Genevieve Glass in studio. And Genevieve, how much time behind bars could these two be facing?
Yeah, I'm told up to 6.5 years in state prison, Darlene. And in New Mexico, involuntary manslaughter is a 4th-degree felony that carries a maximum 18-month prison sentence and a fine of $5,000. Now, the DA has said she would be adding a firearm enhancement to this, which would add on up to 5 more years.
And I think she was evaluating this and decided there was enough recklessness, there was enough negligence that if she didn't charge Baldwin, if she didn't charge the armorer, the message she would be sending was, you know, guns, we're not taking this very seriously. And I think she's sending the opposite message.
The DA is not charging Baldwin in his role as a producer, but for his role in holding the gun.
This is not some charge based on the fact that he was the CEO of this production. It was, look, somebody handed you a gun. Whether or not they said it was a safe gun, you had an obligation to ensure that before you pointed it at somebody and pulled the trigger. And especially in this case where a woman died and a man was seriously injured.
John thinks the DA's decision is very measured and reasonable, sending the message that if you're going to be using a gun, whether it be on a movie set or anywhere else, you must be taking it seriously. Back to you, Darlene.
Genevieve, thank you. The Santa Fe District Attorney speaking with CNN this morning about the key pieces of evidence that factored into her decision.
That there was such a lack of safety and safety standards on that set, that there were live rounds on set. They were mixed in with regular dummy rounds. Nobody was checking those, or at least they weren't checking them consistently. And then they somehow got loaded into a gun, handed off to Alec Baldwin. He didn't check it. He didn't do any of the things that he was supposed to do to make sure that he was safe or that anyone around him was safe.
Now, Baldwin has maintained his innocence throughout this, even publicly, sharing his confidence that he wasn't even going to be charged. Less than an hour ago, his attorney addressed the charges in this statement right here. This decision distorts Halyna Hutchins' tragic death and represents a terrible miscarriage of justice. Mr. Baldwin had no reason to believe there was a live bullet in the gun or anywhere on the movie set. He relied on the professionals with whom he worked, who assured him the gun did not have live rounds. We will fight these charges and we will win.
The assistant director for Rust has signed a plea agreement for the charge of negligent use of a deadly weapon. David Halls won't serve any time behind bars, but will have 6 months probation. Our legal expert believes prosecutors may use him in their cases against Baldwin and Gutierrez-Reed.
Now, Halyna Hutchins was the woman shot and killed. Her family sent us a statement about today's decision. Take a look at this. It says in part, "It is a comfort to the family that in New Mexico, no one is above the law. We support the charges, will fully cooperate with this prosecution, and fervently hope the justice system works to protect the public and hold accountable those who break the law." And we just got a statement from the attorney of armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed within the last 15 minutes here. He says in part, she did not commit involuntary manslaughter. These charges are the result of a very flawed investigation and an inaccurate understanding of the full facts.